some black people were offended by that. This is why I think people are just mentally ill that are pushing the racist thing. The myth of racism in America is a complete lie. Do you know the kid that's yelling, "Get back to the projects," is paying to watch a game essentially where the kids that he's talking about are on full scholarship?
Bad faith actor and noted grifter Officer Brandon Tatum gave his take on this.
You guys are all back to the project.
The video of Alabama fans espousing racial slurs and bigotry at Texas players.
Going back to the kid yelling at the black kids. He sounded like a white guy. He was off camera, but he sounded white, and then he was yelling at these black kids. He yelling at a person that got more privilege than he do.
Nonsense. And his fans despised it thus.
Now I have to respond. People are criticizing me for my take on the Alabama fans yelling at the Texas players.
For yelling racist and homophobic slurs at the players. And people are criticizing you because your take was horrible.
When he uploaded a second video, Coach D Speaks fact-checked him.
You know, I just can't stand people with their victim mentality.
Calling out racism is not a victim mentality. That is the racist right-wing talking point to try and keep us from calling out racism.
And he would run circles around Tatum.
It's called talking trash. They want to say anything they can to offend the players on the field.
So as long as they qualify it as talking trash, anything goes. They can say anything they want. It's just talking trash. Come on, dude. You cannot be this ignorant.
Allow me to interject. He is this ignorant by design. He knows how much being ignorant has benefited him, not just for clout, but also personal gain.
How are they fans of the Alabama football team when every player on the Alabama football team is black?
Dude, this is literally the I have a black friend argument. Just like Republicans expect you to stay in place, those fans expect those black athletes to stay in place. And the second they don't feel like they do, they show their ass, just like the people in your comments do when you step out of place.
It's called banter, ladies and gentlemen.
Get this man a hat, a cane, and blackface and call it a day, because there ain't nobody tap dancing like him. Period.
Whenever I see Officer Tatum on the TL, I automatically, by default, think of this clip from Roland Martin's show.
Trust me, the white conservatives are sitting there loving it. See, if you want to know how to game, just go to Brandon's YouTube channel. His videos, they show you'll see. Give it that money. Give it that money.
Yeah.
Give it that money. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people when we expose these folks for who they are. Okay? I know a whole bunch of black conservatives who are third and fourth and fifth generation black Republicans. These folks are Trump grifters.
Martin, earlier in the segment, showed this clip that we simply cannot play because of all the cuss words. It showed Tatum disagreeing with his fellow conservatives on how he covered Ahmaud Arbery's killing by white police officers. He would call his co-hosts fake and threaten to beat the blank out of them when they are in person. He would then quit the call. Martin would add of Tatum,
very close with Candace Owens, used to work with Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk, loves himself some Donald Trump.
Another example, when MAGA pastor Greg Locke said he didn't want a single Democrat in his church, this is what happened.
Nothing about standing up for truth. Now, do I agree, and I'm going to play the clip here in a second, do I agree with everything that Pastor Locke said? I think that what he said was exaggerated, in my opinion. However, I understand where he's coming from. Do I think you cannot...
Oh, yes, he's exaggerating, guys. No biggie, you know? But he understands where he's coming from. Yeah, if you literally vote a way in which I do not agree with, then you must leave my church, which is tax exempt. And also, I think you are a demon. That is certainly what I call a little exaggerated. Yep, Are you forgetting also that, like, not every Democrat is the same as, like, your terminally online, far-left, woke-scold, cancel culture Antifa member?
And was fact-checked by Hunter Avalon as well.
At all for Democrats to be a Christian, it really depends, right? I mean, you're talking about national elections or you're talking about local elections. If in a local election a Democrat is a Christian and not pushing the LGBTQ stuff and all of those crazy stuff that's counterproductive to Christianity, then you can vote for that Democrat. But
look, he somehow managed to bring LGBT stuff into it. What do you know? So wait, you're fine with them teaching politics as far as if you vote a certain way, you have to leave, but you're not fine with them teaching other aspects of politics, like some people are different than you and you should be loving and respectful of people that are different than you, which is literally a Christian value.
I beg you, I implore you, watch this video.
If you look at the majority of the Democrat legislation or legislators, the House and Senate, if you look at what the Democrats are pushing, they are pushing anti-God rhetoric.
Like,
anti-God rhetoric. Abortion.
Wait, why would you say legislation and then say anti-God rhetoric? This is what I mean is like, what do you think is worse? A Democrat somewhere saying that they're not a Christian, which literally, where are they pushing anti-God rhetoric even? Can somebody give me like a direct example? Oh yes, I remember when Joe Biden did that big speech at the church in which he said, "Mark my words, before my term is over, I will make sure to personally kill God." What are you talking about, dude? Second of all, do you realize that maybe you don't agree with that, but also it's bad for, and I can give you actual examples of Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert pushing forward the idea that Christian nationalism is actually A-okay, or that there should be no separation of church and state? Do you think that maybe that's like a bit of a problem, you know?
These people, they hate Christianity because it goes against their Marxist theology, their socialist theology,
their Marxist theology. Yes. Oh, somebody stop Biden, guys. He's basically Lenin right now. He doesn't even know what he's saying. God, man, I say this all the time, but conservatives, they would have such an easier time going through life if they just knew what words mean. That's it. Just like read a dictionary and you would be better off than like 95% of conservatives.
It's not only fantastic, but also shows the bad faith arguments Tatum routinely makes.